Hello and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Recap, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest for asylum seekers and those wanting to stay up to date on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
Biden's asylum restrictions cut requests by half but raise fairness concerns. Trump's mass deportation plan faces major logistical hurdles and likely unfeasible. Harris adopts centrist immigration stance, maintaining unity among Democrats. Claim about Harris's eligibility debunked, highlighting persistent baseless challenges. Biden restarts immigration program with enhanced vetting after fraud concerns.
I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. All right, let's get to the news. First up,
President Biden's recent restrictions on asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border have led to a 50% drop in asylum requests since June. The policy requires migrants to enter at official ports with appointments, with limited exceptions. Border agents no longer routinely ask migrants if they fear returning home, instead looking for signs of distress. This change has streamlined deportations, but raised concerns about screening out legitimate asylum seekers. While the administration argues the new process is fairer and more efficient, critics claim it may endanger vulnerable migrants unaware of how to express their fears. The policy's effectiveness in reducing border crossings could provide a counter to Republican attacks as Vice President Kamala Harris campaigns. However, migrant advocates worry the restrictions are overly broad, potentially turning away those with valid asylum claims.
And up next for update number 2.
Former President Donald Trump's proposed mass deportation plan for undocumented immigrants faces significant logistical challenges, experts have noted. A recent analysis explains that with an estimated 11 million unauthorized immigrants across the United States, the scale of such an operation would be unprecedented. The current immigration system lacks the capacity to process cases efficiently, with substantial backlogs in asylum proceedings and immigration courts. Even locating and detaining millions of individuals would prove difficult. Previous administrations have struggled to remove large numbers of immigrants, with the highest annual deportation figure reaching only around 432,000. Additionally, such a massive operation could face resistance from local law enforcement and potentially disrupt various sectors of the economy. While Trump and his advisors advocate for aggressive tactics, the practical implementation of a mass deportation program remains highly problematic and unlikely to succeed on the proposed scale.
All right, it's time for our third immigration update.
Vice President Kamala Harris, the Democratic presidential nominee, is shifting toward a more centrist stance on immigration, a move that has not faced significant opposition from progressives. At the Democratic National Convention, Harris endorsed a bipartisan border security bill emphasizing stricter control without offering traditional pro-immigrant priorities. This approach reflects changing public sentiment on immigration and border security. The Democratic Party platform now acknowledges the need to expedite deportations of certain migrants. Progressive activists and pro-immigrant groups are maintaining a truce with the Democratic Party, prioritizing the defeat of Donald Trump over immediate policy disagreements. They view Harris's position as a necessary compromise to win the election, after which they hope to push for more pro-immigrant reforms. This strategic unity underscores the complex political landscape surrounding immigration policy in the 2024 election.
By the way, if you want to stay updated on asylum and immigration reform news, then be sure to press the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss the next video. Okay, moving on, we're ready for update number 4.
A recent claim questioning Vice President Kamala Harris's eligibility for the presidency has been debunked by the fact-checking organization Snopes. The allegation, made by far-right political activist Laura Loomer, asserted that Harris's mother lied on an immigration form about the number of her children. However, fact-checkers have confirmed that the form in question was filed before the birth of Harris's younger sister, making the information accurate at the time. Moreover, experts emphasize that Harris's eligibility for the presidency is not dependent on her parents' immigration status. As a natural-born citizen of the United States, over 35 years old and a long-term resident, Harris meets all constitutional requirements for the office. This incident highlights the persistence of unfounded challenges to political candidates' legitimacy, reminiscent of racist birther controversies of the past concerning Barack Obama.
And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week.
The Biden administration has resumed an immigration program allowing migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela to enter the United States, following a brief suspension due to fraud concerns. The program, which accepts up to 30,000 people monthly from these countries, now includes enhanced vetting of U.S.-based financial sponsors. While an internal review found no widespread fraud, the Department of Homeland Security has implemented additional scrutiny measures, including closer examination of sponsors' financial records and criminal backgrounds. The policy aims to create legal pathways for entry while restricting asylum for those crossing the border illegally. Critics argue the program circumvents immigration laws, but supporters emphasize its effectiveness in reducing illegal border crossings. The enhanced vetting process seeks to address concerns about sponsor legitimacy and protect migrants from exploitation.
And that concludes this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can assist you in securing your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.